Subscribe if you want. Wow, the light on YouTube is terrible. It always seems to be. But there we go, a little bit better. All right, guys, so new comic book day. Went to Fourth World. Got a little disappointed in a couple of things, which is sad because I think everybody knows how much I rave about them. But still, it was a good day. It was a good pickup. Always a lot of fun. So I picked up a new box because I need boxes. So with the Absolute Carnage box, I like this side actually a little bit more than the original cover of the series. So with the box, had to do it. Had to pick up new bags because I've been bagging everything. Didn't get that much stuff. Last night I read everything I had, which was great because I haven't done that in a long time. So it was good to do that. I was way past due. But yes, I go to Fourth World and I see that Justice League 31 was out, and they never gave me 30, which I was kind of upset about. But hey, all is forgiven. Still got my stuff. Picked up 30. They had a copy of it. So I'm not going to fall behind on it or miss an episode. Miss an issue, excuse me. Comic book bags, super big. Like I said, I'll show you guys the whole stack when it comes around. New comic book day. Hawkman, wow. Hawkman 16. Show YouTube and show Instagram. Look how clear the picture finally is. It's still backwards, but hey. Loving this Hawkman story. It's going great. Venom and Daredevil are still my top 2 most readed books. We'll see what's going on with Carnage because this literally ties right into Absolute Carnage. So we're following the story of Eddie and his son and Osborn and everything. It's all great. Carnage, Cletus Cassidy's back. It's crazy what's going on in that story between the symbiotes and everything and how far apart the symbiote pushes Eddie Brock and how close they come back, actually. So it's great. Daredevil 11. Chip, still going strong. Still loving the story. It's amazing how long the Daredevil story just keeps getting pushed back more and more and more and more, but in a great way. Like, I think I still just love the stories. It's weird because Matt Murdock hasn't put on the Daredevil suit in, I don't even know how many issues now, probably like 5 or 6. It's a long time, but picked up Justice League 30. Stinks they didn't have the variant cover. I remember Scott Snyder posting on Instagram the variant cover, which would have been nice to have, but again, they I guess they just forgot about me that week, but hey, what are you going to do? I did, however, like 31's cover. It's nice not to see the usual crew on the cover. I like this cover with Green Lantern and the Flash and everything going on in it. A lot different than what they've been doing. All the variants. The variant today I did not like. It was Martian Manhunter. Somebody else floating around wasn't big. DC's Dollar Comics, super cool. I only picked up one. I picked up Batman Hush. I don't know what this is going to be. This could just be a quick preview of something. If so, awesome. If not, just another cool story to have. Jim Lee's in here, so super cool. We'll see what this one's about. Event Leviathan, still going on. 4 of 6. Learned that on Perry's show last night. On Lurking. Officially a lurker, I would have to say, because I literally text him before it comes on now. I like this cover a lot more than I liked the regular one. All the regular covers are looking the same, but this one with him carrying Arrow and Batman, pretty sick. Detective 11, still following, still reading. Somebody asked me, they know I pick up a lot of these detective comics, and they just flat out asked me, do you actually still read those detective comics? Because it's bi-weekly, it's a lot to get into. And I said I 100% still read these detective comics because the stories are cool. Right now he's fighting Deadshot on another island that he just landed on with some freakish lightning. We'll find out about the lightning. Real cool. Prodigal Sons, Guardians of the Galaxy, new story. Super excited about this one. Before we get any further, on Instagram today, we did a poll. Do I pick up King Thor? Saw it. 2 different covers. Didn't buy it. Loved the Thor series. I think where it ended was good enough for me. It ended on a cliffhanger, unfortunately, to go into King Thor. But the ride was great. The ride of Thor to go into War of the Realms. Super glad I went for it. Glad about where I ended it. It was nice to put a comic book down. Old Man Quill, the story. I love this story. I know a lot of people aren't fans of this stories, but hey, gotta go with it. Love that he's in the Hulkbuster suit. Love the way they showed where everybody was, what happened. What stinks about it, though, is the fact that this and Guardians of the Galaxy are riding side by side, so it's a bit more difficult to keep up with if you're reading. But, oh, Perry, what's up? You're on YouTube. Cool. But, yeah. Just a big Quill fan. Big Guardians fan, and I tell you guys all the time. So, keeping up with it for a long time. It'll go into what we'll do for Nicktendo in a couple of weeks. Going to bring as many people in as I can. If my brother's still on, I'm going to talk to you about something too here. Rick and Morty, The Flesh Curtains. This is the band that they performed in. Super big Rick and Morty fan. I read the story last night that I had, and I literally died laughing. It was so funny just to read. And I think if you're watching something and laughing, it's hysterical. If you're reading something and laughing, that thing has to be really funny, because if that's how it's going, it's just crazy. To read a book and laugh, and the pictures weren't even funny. It's just something Rick said, and it was so Rick Sanchez, just big fan. I know my brother Dan is not a big fan of Rick and Morty, but I'm going to get him into it. The Goon. So I talked about this last time. I read issues 3 and 4. I've got to find 1 and 2. Loving this Goon series. That's right. See, he's a smart brother. He knows I'm smarter than he is. Just kidding. So I read the Goon, Grumble and the Goon, from Free Comic Book Day. And what happened, I eventually just started liking it, and I went and grabbed the Goon, not realizing the Grumble was separate. Didn't really remember. Stuck with the Goon. Big fan. Super funny. Really liking it. What's up, Comic Cut? This was 5. This was, I guess, last week. I think the Goon is going weekly. It's going to be hard to keep up with. And then the Goon 6 came out, I think, today. I'll look up the date of it. But cool story. It's literally like hobos fighting, and it's great. And they go into this swamp, and it's a funny story. It's a good story, I think, if you're into it. Try it out. Cool little story. They'll probably be doing... I just started looking into his work. I don't know what else he writes. What's funny about the Goon also is I didn't notice who the publisher was until just now, and never really heard of it, so I didn't realize that this was it's got the 20th anniversary on it. That ball is gone. I'm a Mets fan, and Todd Frazier just hit a 2-run shot. Wow. Possibly doing a Mets podcast later on my Instagram. Dirty Sturge, what's up, man? Thanks for following the page. Big fan. So like I was going into, and Dan, if you're still here, I want to go back and do the things we did with Nicktendo. Every other week, we're going to do the New Comic Book Day, because I go bi-weekly and pick up. And then what I want to do on the opposing weeks is like the way we originally did Nicktendo. Every week we'll have a category or a topic. We'll go into that topic. We'll talk about things. We'll get everybody involved. I have a couple giveaways. Oh, that's something I have to do. I'm going to put up a video in a few minutes of my giveaway for... I still got it sitting here, actually. Jeez. Totally forgot to do that. Rocket Raccoon. So if you liked that post, you're going in the raffle. I think there were like 20 people or something, or more than that. So I'm going to put all your names in a hat. I'll prove it to you, and then go, oh, what's up, Dylan? Good, Dylan's here too. So what's funny is, one thing we're going to do for Nicktendo, I'm starting to set it up now, is we're going to basically play Jeopardy. And I'm going to have Dylan, Dan, and my cousin Rich on. It'll kind of be like our big get together for the first time in a long time. And we're just going to play Jeopardy. I'm going to sit. I'm going to have panels. I'm going to have questions. I'm going to host. They're going to go into it. Winner gets something. Everyone gets something for participating, of course. But I thought it would be really fun. I thought it would be fun for all the people watching. And it's not going to be too hard. I'll have topics, categories. It'll all literally be like an episode of Jeopardy. So super stoked for that. Sounds like a lot of fun to me. I hope everybody gets involved. And eventually I'm hoping to be able to do it where other people like you guys watching from far away can check it out on my page and join in somehow. So I'll figure that all out. What else is going on? So what next week's episode is going to be, I'm going to try and get Dylan out here. Back-to-back home runs. Who's that? J.D. Davis. Oh, no, it wasn't. Whoops. Nimmo. All right. Sorry about that. Big Mets fan. Like I said, wild card push if you're a baseball fan. Got to get into this stuff. Got to watch the Mets. But yeah, so like I was saying, we're going to do, so like me and Dylan did with Jake Gyllenhaal, we listed a lot of his movies and we talked about them. I'm going to start with Chris Pratt. I'm going to go through a lot of the Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, people everyone knows, so we can talk about their Marvel movies and rank those kind of, and do the same thing with other movies they've done. So Chris Pratt, huge fan, big legendary Star-Lord fan, as you guys know, got him tattooed on my leg. Going to go with him to start. And I've also been doing, I must have watched Endgame so many times now, but it's so good I can't stop watching. So I've been going and making my own Easter eggs kind of and things like that to see what I've missed in the movie, and watching it a million times has definitely helped. So when I'm done with that, I'm going to do an episode all on that, show you guys the things I missed, the things you may have missed, and we'll go all through it together. If you haven't watched it, I'll post the spoiler alert, of course. So other than that, I also can't wait to come back out to my walkout song. I miss listening to The Stroke. I've got a lot of comics to bag. Oh, my other thing. Crap, before we go. I am doing my first ever raffle. We'll see how it goes. It's going to be $5. It's not a comic box. At first, that's what I asked people, like, how much you spend on a box. But it's kind of it's a mystery bag. I'm going to show you 2 comics in it. It'll be on my story. I believe I'm going to put about 10 comics in there. I'm only going to put it out for, like, 10 to 12 spots. Just want to get some stuff out, trying to clear some space. Trying to make room in boxes for other things, because just not enough room in these comic boxes. It's fun to sort, but at the same time, I go through some things and I was like, oh, I didn't like this story, so it's not worth having. 90% of the stuff that's going to be in this bag raffle is issue number 1s. Some of them have issue number 2s. So I'll list a couple of things, may even put it on a story for everyone to see. If I had it written down beforehand, I would tell you guys for watching. But like I said, $5, we'll figure it out. I'll pack them all in there nice, and then make it look real nice for somebody, and you win, you get it. Nice and fair and square. So I know this was a quick one. Thank you guys for coming on. Perry, thanks for checking out the YouTube. Big fan. Instagram, always the best. Trying to get more involved on YouTube after watching Perry's Lurkers. Other than that, I think that's it for me right now. So like I said, Nicktendo, there'll be some posts for it coming back. Going to do your giveaway. I promise I won't forget. I know like most of you guys liked it. So we'll get through that. YouTubers, thanks for checking us out. Instagram, keep it comic. Thanks, guys.